Imtiaz Gul is a political analyst following the case, and he joins me now live from Islamabad. Thank you for being with us here on the News Hour. Now, this is being seen as a victory for Imran Khan, but as we know, he still has other legal cases against him, which could potentially keep him in jail. How do you think those cases will be treated moving forward?
Well, I think most of the cases are still very much in place, and Imran Khan is not likely to get any major relief. The pattern that we have seen in the cases of many other Imran Khan party leaders is that they get a bail, then they're arrested in another case. It happened to 3, 4 leaders. One of them, got bail for 9 times, but then was arrested for the 10th time before eventually being let out. So this is the pattern that we have seen. In the case of Imran Khan, he faces, we don't know exactly, it could be 100, more than 150 cases. And the apprehension basically points to his continued incarceration on one pretext or the other.
Right, and Imran Khan has a big support base, but back in the beginning of August, on August 5th, when he was imprisoned, despite him calling on his protesters to go out onto the street and protest against that decision, we didn't see those big crowds that we're used to seeing of Imran Khan supporters on the streets. How will this development change things in terms of how he's perceived within Pakistan?
Well, I think his popularity remains as much at a high pitch as it has been. The fact that not many people came out in his support when he was detained and put in jail should not really be used as a barometer for his popularity. The problem is that there was so much awe and so much scare created around Imran Khan and about his party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-insaf. There are a lot of people. The party claims there are still 8,000 to 9,000 people in jails. We don't know the exact numbers, but that is the scare. And then a lot of people saw incarceration or detention inevitable the moment they step out holding PTI flag. So I think a lot of people took a strategic retreat rather than confronting the police or the army. They decided to stay quiet and wait for another day. And probably they are waiting for another day. And now in the elections, wherever there is a chance, people do speak out, as happened 2 days ago in the case of Peshawar, where the majority of local government seats basically went to the PTI. So this was the second time, the second biggest indicator that there's still mass support for Imran Khan.
Right, and what about his political career? It's still at stake, isn't it? Where does he stand in terms of ever being able to lead the country again?
It's all dependent on the course of the cases, which turn they take, and how vociferously does the state basically go against him. It's primarily a very political question as to when and if at all he would be out of the jail, free of the cases, and whether he is allowed to contest elections. As of now, the possibility of Imran Khan himself directly contesting elections seems very remote, particularly because of the one conviction in which he got relief today. The major appeal has yet to be adjudicated, and once that appeal is adjudicated, he still can go to the Supreme Court. So until this case that had been filed practically by the then ruling party a few months ago, his political future remains uncertain until the Supreme Court basically decides in his favor or against him. And that would basically trump then the disqualification that currently he's facing.
So if it doesn't work in his favor, how do you think that will reflect on the public? Can we see the scenes that we had previously seen when he was first facing these legal troubles of his supporters going out onto the streets and truly protesting the situation that he is in?
Well, there are two aspects to it. One, I mean, we most probably will not see those scenes that we saw on May 9th and 10th. And secondly, the odds are currently against the government because of extremely heavy electricity bills. A lot of protests are going on around the country, and that could be a trigger for again galvanizing people, just because this is back-breaking inflation coupled with the extremely high electricity charges. And I think that could be one prompter, one trigger in which we could see people coming out on the roads. But I think the eventual test of Imran Khan's popularity or his ability to galvanize people would be in a transparent, unmanaged election, and transparent, free election, which basically should qualify as a transparent and fair election as in the eyes of the Europeans. By the European standards, by the UN standards, if we hold those elections, only then could we possibly figure the status, the popularity of Imran Khan.
All right, political analyst Imtiaz Gul, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour. We really appreciate it.
Welcome.